Rising, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I am your chakra priestess here. To give you a reading. We're going to do a reading on ASHLEE and her untimely death with her former fiance, MCCANN. And we're going to get some insights on what may have transpired due to her untimely passing that followed up with the birthday and a engagement at the same time. So without further ado, let's jump right into this message. What insights can we gather from Ashlee's case right now? Contamination of DNA evidence may be influencing this case. This crime may be solved by DNA testing or other scientific methods. And the person that did it has a history of committing crimes. Oh, give me just a minute. Okay. All right, come on. All right. Also following up with the card that showed up in the bottom of the deck, it says the person is out of the area. And let's see. Jealousy, an affair, or love-related crime is also the card that's following up after, not this one, but this crime may be solved by DNA testing methods. Alright, so let's go ahead and gather some clarifying cards. Let's see what will come up. Let's see. We have the medium. Oh, channel, translator of spirit, ancestral voice. So that says affirms your role as a communicator between realms, whether through dreams, ritual, divination, or gut knowing. You're a conduit. You may be receiving downloads from someone who never got justice, or an ancestor who has been waiting to speak. Make room, set boundaries, and listen. So, yeah, this is pertaining to me. Oh, let's see. Hold on, y'all. Yes, this is confirmation from me for me after what I've been doing thus far. In my hermit mode. So this is confirmation for me. So I'm gonna slide this to the side. And let's see, the psychic, second sight, intuitive download, spiritual mediumship. Let's see what that says. A person with the ability to see beyond the veil. Someone who receives visions, messages, flashes, or spiritual pings, other myths. You may be connecting to a specific case, spirit, or through truth, through your gifts. You're not making it up. Lean in, just discern wisely. Yeah, that's another confirmation for me. But also there are other psychic mediums that are also tapping into the energy as well, to see or try to gain insights of what's going on. The last words, final statement. It's for the top. I have final statement, unresolved conversation, and deathbed truths. That's interesting. So it says, left unsaid, the apology you never heard, the goodbye you didn't get, or the thing you wish you could have said before everything changed. Sometimes this card shows up as a visitation, sometimes as a call to write the words down and release them. Closure isn't a conversation. Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna have y'all look. Okay. And ancestral retrial. This is about spiritual core, karmic reevaluation, legacy judgment. On the back it reads, it opens a portal. You've been chosen to re-examine what others accepted as final, whether someone in your lineage was wrongfully accused, falsely acquitted, or spiritually misguided. This is a chance to speak for them or against them. You don't carry their sins, but you may carry the gavel now. This is crown, as far as like color scheme, crown and third eye. This is throat and heart. This is like speaking from the heart. This is third eye. This is crown and third eye. So okay, all right, so this is what I'm getting based on the cards that have been has shown themselves right now. Is okay, I'm gonna run my mouth for a bit before we get down with the get down. All right, so based on what I have gathered, because I have two things going on in my mind. So it seems like, number one, it feels like I feel like my auntie that suddenly passed away 2 years ago is wanting to make her presence known, which I'll probably do her, which I may do her like a little bit later on. But also what I also explained on social media via Threads, Twitter, and of course the community post. If you all have not checked that out, go check my community post. But what I am gathering here is there was an unresolved conversation. Conversations was left unresolved, and let me see. Apology was never heard. A goodbye you didn't get. Okay, all right. So I'm just gonna give y'all this right now. Okay, so I feel, in my humble opinion, that my auntie is trying to tap in, because there are things that I'm still trying to figure out with her untimely passing as well. But to give y'all a gist of it, of what I've been feeling ever since Ashley has passed away, because the time frame that she passed away is the time frame where my grandmother my maternal grandmother has passed away, and buried her that time as well. To a certain degree, I feel like, her death was unexpected, but that's a whole nother story on that. But this morning I heard the song that my aunt loved. I need to figure out what. Let me see if I can pull it up. And and it's due to yeah, it was sung by the the content creator Chef Don. Shout out to Chef Don. He had played a song that my aunt loved, like literally not too long ago. Um, yeah, that she loved. That was her favorite song. Every time the song comes on, I automatically think about her because my mom had said that was her favorite song. Um, and it just so happened to come up this morning because the person who sung it had won American Idol last night. I mean, not American Idol, either The Voice or American Idol, whichever one. I believe he said was The Voice. But if it's American Idol, fine. But one of those voice shows. Um, and and when I was watching The Best Man, the final chapters, and the last episode, Pieces of Us, the song Farewell My Love, or Neither One of Us Wants to Say Goodbye, by Gladys Knight, had came on. And ever since I've watched that series, which is good, by the way, ever since I've watched that series that day, or a couple of days, because I watched the series twice, the whole season twice, because I plan on reviewing it, possibly on my other channel, but I may have spiritual aspects to speak about on this channel coming soon. But the song that Gladys Knight sung, Neither One of Us Wants to Say Goodbye, for Farewell My Love, that song has stuck with me for basically a week straight. So I'm going to have to go back and listen to that song full out and dissect the lyrics of what I know what it's trying to tell me, but I'm going to have to tell y'all in a separate video because this is getting lengthy already. But as I was saying on my on social media, written wise, that I feel like her death has similar aspects to Gabby Petito and Shanquella Robinson. I say Gabby Petito because Gabby Petito had left to go on a journey, right? And she was vlogging her journey, and she was posting every day, and she brought, and of course along with her was her partner at the time. I don't think they were engaged yet. If they were engaged, I don't think they were. Did he propose to her? I think they were already engaged on going on the trip. But it's the same aspects of him, both of them going on a trip, and she's vlogging the adventure, and of course, with her untimely demise, he ended up strangling her, right? She passed away by, strangulation. And and of course he left and returned home and basically proceed with his daily routine like nothing ever happened, and having his family cover for him for the basis of it. And yeah, those aspects of the Gabby Petito, because again, she was vlogging her adventure, she was having a good time, and all of a sudden she went from posting every day to not posting for days on end. Same with ASHLEE. And then of course there's Shanquella Robinson similarities of course her being in another country, and with people being in another country and then passing away, the 9 times out of 10, it's going to be very difficult. Not only the case is going to be difficult to solve because you're dealing with international jurisdictions and territories, but you also have to deal with bringing the body back to the mainland, and that's very costly as well. So that's why I say this man had calculated it. And whatever happened in the conversation, which I'll see, we gonna see if we gain some insights on that. That just ticked him off to where he's like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. And so that leads to him doing what he did. And of course, I heard the reports that, you know, there was an argument, and that the hotel crew had to separate them in separate rooms, just like Gabby Petito's case, right? When they had got into that domestic dispute, they end up the police, the law enforcement, they end up separating them, where Gabby spent the night in custody, in holding, and with her fiance, I'm not even gonna say his name, spend a night in a hotel, and they end up meeting back up and going on, and she ended up passing away, or she and her life ended up getting taken away, you know, either a couple days or without hours later. And then, like I said, with Shanquilla's case, again, she's they went to the event. They went on adventures overseas. It's in another country where there's the resources is not as much as Americans' resources are, as far as like handling businesses and getting people back in a sound mind, whether they are alive or have transitioned. It's a very sticky situation. So again, with this happening over in Africa, and again, lengthy process, is going to take some time, and they got to maintain their tourism standpoint, and of course you get the family has to get the body back to American soil. That's costly. And the way this is handling, of course, that's going to take some time, because now it's not a national issue, is an international type of issue. So again, to say the least, I really hope they get a swift I hope her justice gets swift. She gets her justice very swiftly, compared to Shanquilla Robinson's case, where it's left basically still unsolved at this point. I mean, there has been movement, but the case is considered unsolved / closed per federal wise. Compared to Gabby Petito's situation, it ended up getting solved, and I believe they had solved it from one video evidence, thanks to the YouTubers who was, vlogging their own venture, and it happened to be shown up. The van that Gabby Petito and her fiance were using to vlog and stuff, it showed up in their frame. Not only that, and I believe also some DNA evidence as well. So that's why I say with this particular case, it's inklings of Gabby Petito and Shanquilla Robinson's case. Okay, so I just want to say that on record and get it off my chest. And I know it's lengthy and y'all want to see more cards flowing and stuff like that, but I really had to just say this on record, because there are things that have transpired, and I have not said on record, whether it's by writing or by social media wise and or video wise, and I just be like, I just don't want to be the only one feeling the way I feel when things come into fruition, whether they're good, bad, or indifferent. Okay, well, especially when it comes to my gifts and my craft. Right. All right. So with that being said, and with this event happening, of course, this leads to like a spiritual retrial. Far as it going to court, we'll see about that. But far as on the spiritual aspect, there's a certain there's certain when it comes to the spiritual court and the partnership that between the two of the individuals, it leads to a questionable legacy. Like the spiritual contract, the spiritual connection with them, it's being reevaluated right now, because again, she did not deserve to transition like that. It was definitely not her time, and with her time being cut short like that, yeah, there's it basically messed up the order of flow when it comes to life and death. Okay, so I hope y'all get what I'm saying right now. Before we dive in, and again, I took like 21 minutes of this time, but anyway, so let's go ahead and get some additional messages and see what also comes out and what also can be confirmed. Okay, so far as the energy, let me get the energy or insight. All right, so what other insights can we gather for this couple? Man, blocked. So sounds like he had a block. No emotion. There's no emotion with this union. Law enforcement is getting involved. Oh, we got the lust card, and I can't necessarily show it, but I'll just do this. We got the lust card, all right? And I'll just slide it right here, all right? Actual money is behind that lust card. Voodoo, Jezebel. Okay, interesting. All right, let's see what other things we can gather from here. Oh, wait, no. What were some hidden blockages within this relationship? Or within this case, whichever one. Hidden blockages. Imaginary blocks. The fears of getting blocked or having many obstacles. Inauthenticity. Ignoring who you truly, authentically are is hurting you. And pessimistic attitude. Seeing only problems to justify why things can't change. Interesting. So it seems like mind games, and always having a bad attitude. Someone's not living their truth. More likely the male in this. So Joe was not being himself, not living in his truth. So more likely this was, it may have been a fairy tale union for her, but not for him. Okay, so we have status upgrade. So he's saying if he can, it's a lot of male energy pulling out from these cards. Bounce back. Oh, he's determined. to bounce back from this. Look at all these males showing up. Overnight success, rapid rise, social. Ooh, commitment issues. He got commitment issues and broken promises. Okay. So he has commitment issues and broken promises, disappointed expectation, failed commitments, lost trust, words didn't mean nothing. Ooh. Child, y'all loud today. Let me see anything else. There's someone better in the love aspect. The truth will come out. I got 9 plus 9. 9 plus 9 is 1. The truth will come out this year. Nine plus 9. Maybe in September, possibly fire sign. Well, she is a fire sign. Yep. She's a fire sign. Liar, guilt. Ooh. Okay, interesting. Look what was behind the guilt card. New job or increase of money. Oh my gosh. And far as on the love aspect, let's see what other insights can we gather from Ashley and Joe's relationship. Oh, he was deceiving her bad. Bad. Resting. You see how this female in this image is resting peacefully in a milk bath? Oh, freaky. Oh, that's new. Options. Oh, he a freak. Options. Look, romantic escape. Look at that. Romantic escape. Look at that. Codependency. Look at that. Look at the interracial, the black, and look at that. Oh my God. Stringing. Look what's behind this card. Stringing along. He was stringing her along. He was planning on doing this long. Close your legs. Look at that. Social media. She was having fun. He was not interested. Betrayal. Oh my God. So it seems like resting peacefully. It seems like she was resting peacefully before this happened, but oh my gosh, he is a freak. He definitely other options. He definitely is a looker. Okay. Codependency. There's a slight codependency. And now I'm not gonna say on the financial aspect. You can be codependent without the financial aspect. Okay. But this was on a romantic escape. All right. It's getting hot. It's getting hot. Let's get into our analysis. At the root, what's going on? What happened? What may have happened? Oh, Ace of Wands. Oh, Big D. The Ace of Wands, child. He was swinging that thing. if you know what I mean. 6 of Swords at the bottom. He wanted to move on. 4 of Swords, that's the rest card again. King of Swords. It seemed like she wanted to rest while he was speaking his truth. Again, a lot of mind games in that sacral region. Oh, he was coming in hot at the root, though. Let's see. Solar plexus, we got 2 of Cups. Strength card at the heart. Lover's card. Ooh, faded. Very faded at the heart. That's heavy hitters right there. Because there's 2 major arcana cards showing up at the heart region. That's very faded. Very, very faded. So we have the Ace of Wands here present at the root. So it seems like he came in hot, child. He came in hot. Okay. He was using, where's that card? This one. And that lust card. Oh, he was being very lustful, child. Love, I'll say love bombing. Love bombing the mess out of her. I can't even find the card right now. Oh yeah, he was being this to her. Okay. Yep. And with the transition card, the 6 of Swords, he was thinking about moving on. In his heart, in his heart, he really wanted to move forward from this situation. Let's see what else comes out. It sounded like he wanted to just hit it and quit it. Okay. We got the Bliss card that wanted to show up. While she's in this mode, relationship. So, of course, this is an age gap relationship. There's an Ice Queen at the bottom, lurking in the shadows. There's an Ice Queen lurking in the shadows. Interesting. Very cold-hearted individual. She looked mean in this picture. So there was someone else in the shadows. That's cold-hearted to the max. Okay, more and probably emotionally manipulative as well. Okay. She wanted some changes done. Very swift. Okay. Moving forward to the sacral region, we have the 4 of Swords here, which it indicates rest. A hospitalization. It also indicates a planning for a future as well. With the King of Swords, we also have fear, anxiety, stress, feeling overwhelmed. This is the Jupiter symbol. So Jupiter is dealing with expansion. Expansion within the relationship. So, moving forward in the relationship, especially with the engagement that was being announced. So there was more likely conversation going on in conversation happening about how they were planning the future together, right? With the King of Swords, with this older male individuals, speaking their truth, saying, vocalizing how they felt about each other or how they feel about the situation, and it more likely got out of hand. There's some animosity. There was animosity. Flying monkey. Let's see, 6 plus 8. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14. 4 plus 1 is 5. So 5 is dealing with changes. Okay. And then we have message, an urgent message. So it seems like he received an urgent message. That's interesting. 7 plus 9, that's 16. 16 plus 1 plus 6 is 7. 7 is spiritual, is a spiritual number, spiritual ending. Biblically, 7 is dealing with spiritual endings. He may have received an urgent message at the time while they were having this conversation. More likely he was trying to pull a wool over her head. Possibly. Let's see. The 2 of Cups in the solar plexus region, that's the power center. So power and ego. So there was a certain mutual respect between the two of them. And yes, it is indicating a proposal. If you read the wording. So yeah, proposal. Yes, there was a proposal that happened. Yeah, obviously. That's Cancer. Cancer is dealing with the home. This is this symbol here. I believe that's Venus. Yes. Love and pleasure in the home. So secure love and pleasure with home. So that's dealing with love and pleasure home. That's emotional, giving her the emotional security, the emotional reassurance. And with the Sun card showing up at the bottom, that's indicating an announcement. So it was a huge announcement. It was a big announcement for the both of them. See what else comes out with that. 1 plus 9 is 10. Dropping the 0 because the 0 doesn't matter in numerology. So yes, it happened this year. Let's see what else. Let's see, a rising star. Look, mentally and emotionally unstable, and she was a rising star. Conflict. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, he was mad. He was mad boots. At the bottom we got manifestation. He's thinking about something way. He was manifesting something, but I do not believe that she was. I guess he imagined a different outcome with her, but it didn't play out like he thought it would. So he was expecting some big changes from this. Interesting. Which leads to the Strength card and the heart region. So the Strength card is dealing with taming the beast. Leo, Sun and Leo. Sun and Leo is about leadership. And heart-centered individual. Again, with the solar plexus symbol showing up here. Solar plexus dealing with ego and power. Action. So I'm going to go right back to that. along with, look, the 8 symbol. It happened on the 8th. And with the Lovers card. So it seems like between the 6th and 8th. Between the 6th and the 8th. This is when all this blew up out of proportion. Because with the Lovers card, of course, this is the heart chakra that deals with love and compassion and forgiveness. This is the Mercury symbol, and this is I was about to say genuine. Lord forgive me. This is Gemini that deals with communication. So there was again a conversation. And look at the back of the imagery in the back of the card. You see the lightning and stuff in the back of in the background of this card. That's, yeah. So with this conversation happening, I'm assuming they that they were having conversations about shared values and how, again, planning for the future and being, and what this relationship being put to the test. And obviously it did not pan out how it's supposed to, because you have one that is not interested but playing along with it, and then you have another individual that is all in from day one. So with those two polarities forming a union, that, of course, that's starting on shaky ground already. So with that being said, with this conversation, yeah, they were speaking from their chest with this one. And if the reports are true that with this conversation led to a complete argument to where, if the reports are true that this conversation that led to an argument to where the folks from the hotel had to separate them, this conversation was nasty, okay? And they were speaking from the heart, and they were speaking with their chest with this, okay? One, and possibly one wanted more control over the other person. So I wouldn't be surprised if this individual wanted to have some form of control over ASHLEE. How should I and this and he wanted to form a if it wasn't happening already, he wanted to form a codependency type of relationship. I wouldn't be surprised if this man allegedly psychic readings are not real, is a polygamist. I wouldn't be surprised if this person was a polygamist, and this conversation was in the some sorts of, I would like you to be my main piece, but I would like to explore my options at the same time type of thing. I like to have my cake and eat it too. And it's either you gonna put up or shut up type of deal. I wouldn't be surprised that conversation led to that type of act, because he seemed like an individual. In my humble opinion, allegedly psychic readings are not real, is a type of person that is a polygamist. Okay? That's just me. Alright? So, with that being said, and the reason why I say that is because that options card that appeared. Okay? So, with that being said, let's go ahead and I don't even feel like I'm not even going to clarify this region. Should I clarify it? I'm going to clarify it just in case. Or, yeah. Let's see what else pop out before we get some closing messages. Thoughts. Look at that. She's thinking about love. and her family and community. Look at that. She was thinking about her possibilities. But look at that. Look what follows behind family. Manipulation. Change. Look. You look at that. Karma. Alright, so let's see. Let's get some additional, or not. I'm gonna ask some questions first before I close out, because I did write a couple of questions down, and I feel like I covered the basis of it. But let's see what I did with it. There we go. Hold on, I gotta stretch over here right quick. Give me a minute, because I'm in an awkward position where I'm recording this at. Oh God, and I'm about to fall over. Okay. No, this is not the one. Oh, here it is, right in my face. All right. Where is my clarifying cards at? I gotta find the thing. Oh, all right, here we go. Did the hotel receive a payout? We got a yes, and let's see, what is that? The Three of Pentacles backwards. Wasting time. Well, it seems like they were offered money, but that was a waste of time. It seemed like it's going to be a waste of time. But fast money. This was going to be fast, quick money though. Okay. I'm going to ask again to be sure. Okay, hold on. I got these three cards backwards. Okay. Did Joe offer the hotel crew a payout? Yes, he did. Yep, he did. He wanted to, he offered it to him so he can go about his business and start a fresh new life and go in hiding. Like nothing ever happened. Was this premeditated? Was this premeditated? I'm getting a no, but this was very sudden. I got no, but this happened. It happened real fast, and new ideas, new plans, into a clear thinking. Clarity. This has brought clarity over the situation. Interesting. I'm gonna ask it again. Was this premeditated? We have a yes. Hermit mode. Six of Cups. Who wanted new beginnings? This was a new beginning, or he wanted a new beginning and go in hiding. Six of Cups is dealing with past influences playing a part in this. Did he want to go back? Did he want to go back to his ex-wife or his former girlfriend? So, interesting. That's interesting. He wanted to start something. He wanted to start something new with his former wife. Interesting. So when I asked the first time, was this premeditated? It was saying no, but it happened fast, and it brought clarity to the situation in some way, shape, or form. And then when I asked again, I got a yes. I got a yes because he wanted to start a new. He wanted to start fresh with a former person, either a former wife or a former girlfriend. He had his options open. Interesting. Comment down below what y'all think of, or what y'all think which one it is. I think it's a little bit of both. Again, he still gives polygamous vibes. Anyway, last question. How does his ex-wife or ex-partner feels about what happened to ASHLEE? This, okay. Let me see what comes out first. 9 of Cups, the Moon, Devil card. Oh, damn. The secret is out. Okay, I'm thinking 2 different ways with this. Either she's happy that this situation has came to light as far as how far he will go, and how far he would go with being in a relationship with him, or she feels some type of fulfillment that this has came to light. Does she even want to be with him? 5 of Cups, 8 of Wands. This is supposed to be an upright. 10 of Cups, 5 of Cups, 8 of Wands. With this union, it brought sadness and grief, and the news had got out fast. Let me see what else. 2 of Cups, the Chariot, Knight of Wands. Balance was needed. This is on the financial aspect. The Chariot, overcoming obstacles, Knight of Wands. So it seems like he, because there's males being predicted in here. Yeah, it seems like he was juggling what he will and will not do when it comes to his finances. He may have been transferring money and other assets, so his accounts won't get frozen, and so he can freely go on about his business. And he's being real quick. He was doing this real quickly. Let me see what else comes out. Child, he was moving that money fast. Not only the money, but the social media aspect. We got 8 of Cups, Page of Cups, 3 of Swords. Moving on to something that interests him. This can also indicate a pregnancy, and heartbreak and betrayal. Yeah, he wanted to move on because, again, this situation has left guilt, and this, and this. And also these cards came out. Can't forget about this. Commitment issues, broken promises. Because he was setting sight of being an overnight success, bouncing back. And he wanted to level up, y'all. He wanted to, his eyes was on the prize to level up. And I believe, and again, I can view this 2 ways. He was either possibly using this situation, possibly before this untimely demise happened. I'm viewing this two different ways. Or it can merge in both at the same time. He was probably using this relationship to boost up his reach, to upgrade his status, improve his social standing, his lifestyle, and gain sudden recognition. But in the background, he's not committed like that because of the broken promises that he gives to women that he sets his sight to be in a relationship with. But he does plan on bouncing back after all this blows over. Oh, let me ask this question. And now that I'm thinking about it, the number one question that we need to ask: will he go to jail? Okay. First, will there be a trial? How should I? Will this case ever get solved? How about that? Will this case ever get solved? Yes, it will. Maybe in 17 months or 1 to 7 months. 17 months is what? Okay, this is April. Do a whole 12 months. That's April of 2027. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So April, May, June, July, August, September. Wait, May. No, April, May, June, July, August, September. So September, possibly September of next year. I hope so. Eight of Swords, everything is very restricted right now because it's a lot of fighting going on. It's a lot of conflict, debates, arguments, all that. Excuse me. Will he go to jail for this? Yes. Yes. Possibly 8 years. It may be a low sentence. Possibly 8 years. Queen of Swords. Mama got something to say. When could we expect news? More. When can we expect a big break from this November one to come out? Let it be a mystery. Why? We gotta let it be a mystery. By the end of the month, 9 months from now. Okay. April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. Okay. There may be some news by the end of this month. And 9 months from now is, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. So between now November and January. Okay, so yeah. By the end of this month. Okay, so it could be by the end of this month. It could be by the end of August because 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay. 9 months from now. At the moment, let it be a mystery. But we may catch some big breaks, possibly. between by the end of the month, November and January. Okay. All right, now that I feel a little bit better, and I got everything that I am thinking as well as what we have read upon off my chest, I feel a little bit better now. Now I gotta go listen to the song and put it on my playlist because that is a good song. That is a good song. All right, so with that being said, oh dang, I gotta see what the ancestors say, y'all. I'm sorry. I was about to close this message. Oh, okay. Closing messages. What does the ancestors got to say about this? Father of air, leadership. What's at the bottom? Completion. Father, help your children. I gotta listen to that song. Let's see. Father of the air, there is a choice to be made. Confront the issue head on. Keep those emotions in check. Step into your role as a leader with confidence. It is safe to get expert help to make key decisions. Set an example through your actions. It's time to be real with yourself and others. This ancestor represents someone who gives advice for a living, like a lawyer or an accountant. In this instance, it could be helpful to trust your head over your heart. There are times we must remove ourselves from a situation to see it clearly. This ancestral message, is talking about gut check. Are you being cold, rigid, and uptight? Being real does not mean being stern. You may be coming across as cold and calculating, even though it's not who you are. Oh my gosh. Well, that is interesting. We got 36 at the top. So 3 plus 6, that's 9. That's talking about completion. And then 2 plus 1 is 3. I have something else that popped up in my mind, but I'm going to keep that to myself because I'm seeing 3, 6, 2 times within these 2 cards, if you know what I mean. But yeah. What this message says, yeah. We gonna speak with clarity when it comes to this situation. That's basically, nope, that's not even what that is. I am willing to take my time. So nope, that's a whole nother. I'm sorry, y'all. I am a leader, not a follower. I know that's right. Oh my gosh, I tell people this all the time, especially the kiddos. All right, that's probably why that song came up in my head. Father, help your children. I am a leader, not a follower. Okay, you can follow until the leader is not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Then that's when you make the honest decision whether you're going to continue to follow the leader or be the leader yourself. So with that being said, yeah, I gotta listen to that song. I gotta listen to these 2 songs now. And now that just popped in my head. So with that being said, I am sending nothing but love, strength, and healing to the family of ASHLEE JANAE Robinson. And also, I'm gonna do a reading on on a couple other people, a couple other women, Black women specifically, that passed away unexpectedly within the past couple of weeks. Be on the lookout for that. Please check out my community post, what I wrote about this situation. If not, you check my threads. You can check my Twitter. Not with not with Soulful Bottega. I'm not on I'm not on Twitter with that handle. It's just Melinda J on Twitter. But definitely, I recently just started a threads with Soulful Bottega, and I'm really loving threads. So if you have threads, go ahead and follow me on there. I'll do the best that I can to post more on TikTok. I'm still trying to go get with the flow with TikTok, but in due time, that in due time I'll make my waves a little bit more consistent. I may have just consider one day posting or posting weekly on TikTok until I get comfortable because of my hectic schedule. But I appreciate you all for sticking out with me thus far. I really appreciate it. Shout out to the individuals who are still make it do what it do. Y'all liking the video, y'all viewing the video. And subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. Hit the notification bell so you know the next time I upload a video. And always remember to love thyself, know thyself, soothe thyself so you can heal thyself. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Man, this is a long one. But it's worth it. It is worth it. If you really invested with this particular reading, this is worth it. I feel a whole lot better now that I've done a reading over this situation. All right. I'll see y'all in the next video.